Witch Slap, what's with that? Witch Slap is a new comedy. It's a stage combat play about 7 women who gather in the face of the Salem witch hunts to try to band together to fight against the witch hunters and end up fighting each other. What inspired me to write the play was the Gabriela Boris paintings of these women with cone hats gouging each other in the eye, and it reminded me of the Salem witch hunts. That period was interesting because we're sort of familiar with the idea of the witch hunts, which have now become a term for falsely arresting people. But when you really look into the history, it's also the history of sort of disenfranchising women, basically accusing women of being witches so they could get them killed and then take their property. That was really the situation there. I think that whole idea of witch hunts as a way for people to victimize each other was, I think, very ripe for theater. It has been done as theater before, but to do it here as a comedy I thought would be fun. The other thing that I think was an inspiration, a lot of times politically, women have not been able to gain power when they should have power because they end up fighting each other when they should be fighting together.
You're a sinful girl and you'll burn for what you've done.
That's a carving knife.
Whoa!
Zephyr, stick 'em.
When I was in college, I studied stage combat and I got certified.
Shablam!
Ow! You didn't expect the servants!
So I knew there was a demand for, well, not a demand, but I think there's a lot of very talented young fighters who don't really have a lot. About half of all people trained in stage combat these days are women, but by no means are half the roles female roles. And so there's even more of a disservice to the community of female combatants that there's just nothing out there for them to do. And so I just, I felt that was important to make sure that I was writing roles for both men and women, and I think that's the thing in the Swashes Unbuckled books. Half of all the roles are females in those plays, so I've got some, fun roles for 2 women fighting each other, or a lot of boy-girl scenes, or, that I've tried to make sure that I'm writing about half of everything, because I think that's who's out there that would like to put on a play that involves stage combat. Witch Slap, it's comedy, it's stage combat, it's ladies beating the crap out of each other with brooms.